We'll call meeting to order for special call meeting on Monday, September 16th, 2019. Jim, can you open us up with prayer, please?
Father God, thank you for the blessings of today. Help us make wise decisions. Keep us in your prayers, and remember those that are in harm's way serving in the military. In your name we pray. Amen.
Steve, would you lead us? Please pledge allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's an agenda in your packet. Can I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
A motion to approve the agenda. Can I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All four? Okay. All right, item 4 on our agenda, special item, approval of advertisement of the millage rate. Brandon?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, Council, Lisa and I discussed a week ago today, last Monday. At the time, we had not received the required information from the county in order for us to seek out direction from you all on how we need to advertise the millage rate. We did get the requested information in order to try to stay somewhat on track for an October 7th adoption of millage rate. It necessitates this meeting tonight for us to get direction on how we should advertise. It is staff's recommendation to advertise in the paper a unchanged millage rate of our current, which in effect is the not recommended rollback rate. So the reason we couldn't formally ask that is we had to get the digest numbers in to see what the rollback rate would be. Lisa's put in your packet a spreadsheet that shows what the rollback rate would be. And part of what tonight's meeting is no action taken in terms of any formal adoption of the millage rate. However, if you want to give us authorization to advertise an unchanged, that would necessitate 3 public hearings. So what would happen is, if directions provided to advertise an unchanged millage rate, we would need to advertise a special call meeting, public hearing. Once again, that one would not adopt the millage rate. That would just be one of 3, where staff would then inform the community what the effects of an unchanged millage rate would be. There would be a second millage or a second public hearing, which I've experienced. We've done those administratively, so it would not necessarily require an elected. It would just be a public hearing where staff would provide the information consistent with the first public hearing, and then the same day as the administrative hearing, you have a third public hearing, which we would advertise at our regularly scheduled Monday meeting, October 7th. So this meeting tonight is to just kind of trigger the process. Part of, in your packet, moving forward, we wanted to provide you with some supplemental information. Even though we're not making decisions about what the final millage rate will be, you'll see the historical millage rate going back from 1999 to current for Jasper, as well as some working papers that Lisa, Lindsay, and I have looked at with the preliminary budget numbers, which demonstrates what we talked about, the reduction in the title ad valorem tax, the TVT, which we know we will have a significant reduction through no fault of our own, but through the way that the state had structured that going back to 2013. So I have a fiduciary responsibility to present you all with some information that Lisa and I have discussed. And so with that, I would see if y'all have any questions or seek out direction on how to move forward. Anything for Lisa, if Lisa would like to interject anything I missed?
No, only if y'all have questions. I put a sheet in there where I sort of figured out what the increase would mean on $100,000. It's behind the PT 32, where the calculated rollback is 4.536.
So that's $11.90 for a $100,000 home.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a $200,000 home, would it be twice that, or?
Mhm.
Okay.
And just again, for your information, my experience is whatever you advertise does not lock you in terms of the final adoption if you decide to roll the millage back. However, if you decide to advertise the rollback millage, then you cannot change it to your current. So that is why you have these measures put in place for the public hearings to go through the process for any sort of additional information that may be requested.
Brandon, do you have any idea what the average value of a home in Jasper is?
I can get that, I've not sourced
Just
the current.
be interested to know that.
Holly had asked what the total tax it would mean, and that's on this sheet that has the yellow on it.
Right.
29,400 is all you're gaining for keeping the millage rate the same.
And we're losing more of that on TPT. I don't see how we can roll it back and lose any more. I mean, I know that's not a significant amount.
But yeah, the TABT is.
We are losing, yeah.
Yeah, we're already losing, so.
And remember, tonight is just to set the advertisement. So we have 3 additional opportunities to then have public hearing that we advertise. So with that, I would think that based on the way that I look at the law, you have to have the, if you back up from the October 7th, if that's when you want to adopt your millage rate, then what you would need to do is work backwards. I've looked at Thursday, September 26th, Friday, September 27th, or you could do Monday, September 30th, which would give you 5 business days before your October 7th. I backed it up to the preceding Thursday, Friday, just to have a cushion since the law says 5 business days. So that would in effect be the first one. And that would be essentially the one that we would ask for if you want to maintain. We would ask additional guidance that when you put the advertisement in, that the agreed upon special call would need to be there. And then like I said, the 7th, I would propose the administrative at 9 a.m. And then that evening, at a regular scheduled meeting, you have the 3rd and final public hearing.
What was the third one?
The 3rd one would be the regular scheduled meeting on the 7th. So you can have 2 meetings on the same day, as long as the first one is before noon, and then the other one would be, you could do it right before your 6 o'clock, or you could do your 6 o'clock and call it order and the public hearing.
I'm not available on the 26th or 27th if that plays into anybody else's plans.
I'm all back down to 26, 27. I'll be on that whole week.
And the 30th is still in compliance. It is 5 business days before the 7th. I just backed it up and give options.
You're all better than
Okay, can I get a motion to authorize and approve for staff to take the necessary steps to advertise the city of Jasper's millage rate to be unchanged from last year, which is 4.655 mils?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second discussion. Being no discussion, may I have a vote? May I have a vote?
Oh,
Vote.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was on that.
So, unanimous on that, please, Lisa. All right. Can I get a motion moving forward with the advertising for Monday, the 30th, for a special call meeting for the first of 3 public hearings about the military?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, discussion. No discussion, may I have a vote? Show unanimous vote.
And then we'll have the public hearing on the 7th.
So,
And that's it from staff. The calls, the administrative hearing is not required to have an elected official. Staff can conduct that here. We advertise it in the same ad as this one. And then your regular meeting on the 7th is where you have the third and final, which would already be a standing meeting anyway. So it wouldn't be a special call.
We need a motion for that.
That's
with no further business, I'd like to have adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
So be.